America, we are back, baby. Welcome to another episode of America Unfiltered. We got a great show for you guys tonight. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a fun weekend myself. We're back Monday. It's Monday's show. We have a lot of different things to talk about, but over everything else, what I want to talk about today is the failures of Donald Trump. Here, let me get this. Sorry, I had an extra tab open on my thing. It was distracting me for a second. There we go. We're back. We're ready. Welcome to Monday. We got the case of the Mondays with that little tab there, but show starts now. But I want to talk about the colossal failures of Donald Trump and his administration to keep Minnesota under control and his failure to invoke the Insurrection Act. The Insurrection Act has not been invoked, and they've even said they are not going to do it, even though the state is in fucking shambles. Minnesota looks like a shithole right now. It looks like a war zone practically. I mean, we have people getting their hands blown off. We had a shooting that happened over the weekend that we will discuss today, and I'll give my take on what I saw from it. And this one is a lot different than the Renee Nicole Good shooting. The Renee Nicole Good shooting, she was in a vehicle that was driving towards an ICE officer, whether that was intentional or not. That is the reality of what happened. And the woman got shot. The woman was in a vehicle which is considered a deadly weapon. A vehicle weighs thousands of pounds, and liberals choose to ignore this reality, which is, it's kind of disturbing. But there was another shooting over the weekend, and I'll briefly explain it right now, but over the show we'll talk about it a little more. There was another shooting that happened. A man was interfering with ICE operations as they were talking to a woman, and as they were taking this man to the ground, there were multiple ICE agents surrounding this man, and sadly, Spotify said I'm not allowed to show the video of it on the show. Fucking stupid, but so I'll describe it to you guys if you guys haven't seen it already. But there was about 8-10 ICE agents surrounding this one individual. One of the ICE agents then reaches into the person's pocket and disarms the person. They did disarm this individual. This individual came armed, and they were disarmed by ICE. And as they were disarmed, their weapon misfired. So their weapon was a SIG P320, which is known to have misfires. It is known to do that. It's one of the most famous guns to do that. People constantly will accidentally shoot themselves in the legs or groin or on the backside with it. This is a common gun that is known for this problem. There's been many, many lawsuits about this problem. And it seems like that confusion of that shot firing off made the other ICE agents who weren't disarming this individual think that that person was shooting. And then one of the ICE officers then mag dumped the individual and he died. So to my understanding, this death was a misunderstanding, somewhat of a mistake. Doesn't completely write it off, but somewhat of a mistake. And we'll talk about that today on the show. That will be one of our featured stories. I do also want to talk about some other topics and things that are happening. I mean, there have been ongoing protests in the state of Minnesota following this shooting. One thing I even saw, and again, I can't show the video of all the good stuff, which is the sad part. I can't show the video of the good stuff because Spotify won't allow it. But there was a woman today who was in the protesting crowd, and the protesters were getting a little riled up, getting a little antsy, getting a little too comfortable, and a flashbang was deployed in their direction. And a woman, again, Exhibit A, Your Honor, on why I want to repeal the 19th Amendment. A woman runs up, picks up the flashbang like it's Call of Duty, and she's running at the ICE officers with it. And it deploys in her hand, blowing her fucking hand off. Natural selection will take its course, guys. But again, Your Honor, Exhibit A, repeal the 19th Amendment. Women are so fucking stupid, they'll pick up a grenade and not throw it back. They'll run at you with it. Sometimes you can't fix stupid. You can't fix it. You can't fix retardation. You can't cure it. It's, I don't even want to over explain it. We got some people in the live chat. Let's see. Some people, couple emojis. Some go, shit, didn't realize it was a misfire. I thought the guy on the floor grabbed his gun and fired at ICE. No, it seems to have been a misfire from everything I've seen. Someone goes, women are so fucking stupid, so based. Thank you, bro. Exactly. Not all of them, most of them. Maybe all of them. And then he tried to, I don't know why the AI moderators are getting you there. I don't know. I got to get an actual moderator, so I don't have an AI moderator who fucking, I could still see the messages though, so I'll still read them out. We're reading out live chat. We're going to read all the comments at the end of the show today. It's going to be a good show. Let me put my phone on vibrate. I just heard it fucking ring, and that's going to distract me if I hear it ring every 2 minutes. But yeah, it was a crazy weekend for Ice, and then we saw that happen just this morning of that woman getting her hand blown off. And I don't even say she like this woman who got her hand blown off, because that makes it seem like they intentionally blew her hand off. No. This woman picked up a flashbang and just started running at them with it. She's like, I'm gonna get you guys, and then she got her fucking hand blown off. Oh, women. Get like, this never would have happened if she was at home with the kids. This never would have happened if she was making a grilled cheese for me. You know what I mean? If the woman had a husband like me, I would have not let her out of the house that day, but she didn't, so she got her fucking hand blown off. That's what you guys get. Again, that's a sad reality. The fact is some women are so retarded, they'll pick up a flashbang, think nothing's going to happen. Let's see, what else did we have? I want to talk a little bit also about some other stuff that's happening with ICE, or the protesters at least. The protesters were going hotel to hotel, and they were trying to break into the hotel, cause property damage to the hotels because they thought ICE was staying there. I mean, all these things, everything we're going to go over today for the most part is going to add up to is Donald Trump is a colossal failure. Donald Trump is failing to protect the American people, the American homeland. I mean, this is absolutely absurd, the amount of rioting we're seeing, absolutely absurd, the amount of retardation we're seeing in this state. We have a state ridden with fraud, and the government in Minnesota is obviously complicit in this. You don't get away with billions of dollars in fraud without the government being complicit in it. And we have ICE in Minnesota trying to handle business a little bit. And sure, there might be a mistake here and there. Again, we can expect that. Not that we have to write off every mistake, but there might be a mistake here and there. But instead of actually trying to control the situation, all Donald Trump is trying to do is control the narrative. They're running a PR campaign instead of actually doing anything. They're not doing anything to actually protect the people in Minnesota, protect the people in the country who are being raped, robbed, and looted of their sovereignty, which is extremely sad. Let's see. I keep seeing the chat going off. Someone said, girl thought she was the main character. Yeah, exactly. Again, women, get in the kitchen. WNBA is off the career list for her. Yeah, sorry. She's not going to get her chance versus Brittany Griner. She's not going to get her chance versus Caitlin Clark, Sophia Cunningham. How is she going to make a sandwich for her husband in the future with one hand? That's going to be tricky. That's going to suck. She should have thought about that before. Like, when her husband backhands her one day because the sandwich took too long, she's making it with one fucking hand. You can only blame yourself, sweetheart. Someone goes, hopefully she can't be a pilot. Dude, women shouldn't even drive. What do you mean pilot? Amelia Earhart crashed and died, and we celebrate this woman. Crazy. But okay, let's get back into the stuff we're going to talk about today, and then we'll start the actual show. But yeah, there was the hotel stalking. I think I should be able to show videos of that, hopefully. Spotify has been a little fucking iffy about what I can and can't show recently. It's crazy. I used to show videos of war crimes, and they were like, you go. And then now I show a video of George Floyd getting shot as she tries to run over an ICE officer, and I get 2 episodes demonetized. I get Spotify sending me emails like, you can't do that. And it's like, come on. Like, what do I got to do? What do I got to do to be able to show these videos? Come on. They won't tell me. But beyond that, as a lot of you guys know, if you're fans of the show, we were supposed to have James Fishback on today. And I went to James Fishback's Gala on, what was that, Friday night. Very fun. His Florida First Gala. Hundreds of people there. Very exciting event. And it's cool to see, like, I'm in Florida. Let's call a spade of what Florida is. It's a state filled with Zionists and old people and slut women. That's the 3 main demographics in this state. But this room was filled with young men, young patriots, young white men ready to take this country back. And yeah, sure, there was a few women in there, but young men specifically. This room was filled with them, and it was exciting. I mean, I got to ask a couple questions. I got to talk to him. Instantly, he recognized me, which kind of indicating, considering he On this show, we're now calling him James See You Next Week Fishback because I had 3 different interviews with him scheduled, and it's, let's get reschedule for next week. First 2 completely actually, I'll say all 3 completely understandable. I'll be honest. I'm not going to be too hard on the guy. First one, he canceled because he got the opportunity to do Tucker that day. Okay. Then the next one, he got the opportunity to do Patrick Bet David. Okay. And then this other one, he has a chance. He's doing another gala in another county in Florida. Very last second thing. So he emailed me on a Saturday night. He was like, hey, we know we're scheduled for Monday, but let's reschedule. And I was like, okay, we'll figure it out. We got till August, guys. We'll get the interview with James Fishback done. I'm not worried about that. But the gala was awesome. And I don't know if you guys saw the videos of the gala, or if you guys saw the specific video of him talking about Palantir. I made the cut in that. I was mogging hard as fuck in that. I know. I'm the mogger, guys. It's what I do. I mog everywhere I go. It doesn't matter if I'm with Fishback or with the president. I'm mogging. But it was a fun event, very fun event, a lot of cool people, a lot of interesting questions. I asked him 2 specific questions. I asked him about the red light cameras, which doesn't seem that important to some people. But the reason I wanted to ask it is because in Florida, they said that we're not going to do red light cameras anymore. It's a violation of your 4th Amendment rights. We're not going to do them. They're very seldom used to actually enforce that law, and they're more used to spy on people. So I asked him about that because Florida, after saying they weren't going to do it, has been giving red light tickets, and it's absolutely bullshit. And I wanted to see if we have a governor who's actually going to stick by his fucking word when it came to that. And he said we will 100% get rid of them. And the other question I asked him is, what are you going to do to hold judges accountable who release repeat offenders out who then go recommit crimes? And he gave a great answer to this one. This was on his live stream, on his live show on Friday night, and he said he's going to do everything he can to hold them responsible. He even brought up a tragic event that happened in Palm Beach County where a woman just 2 days before Christmas was stabbed to death by a homeless man who was released by a leftist judge. Absolutely absurd. But he made it clear to me that he will hold these judges accountable, not just the criminals, but the judges themselves. And he will do what he can to get the judges removed, but not only removed, but held accountable and possibly sentenced for allowing these repeat offenders back onto the streets who are likely to recommit. So this is another James Fishback W. Classic James Fishback W. We love this guy. We're voting for him so far. He's got my endorsement as of right now. Even though he hasn't made it on America Unfiltered yet, he's got my endorsement. I'll give him that. We'll see how it goes. Then there was a couple other minor things that happened over the weekend. Kanye West gave a massive apology to the Jewish community. I don't know if you guys saw that. Maybe we'll cover that today. Depends on how much time we have. Maybe not. And then Clavicular as well. Clavicular got a message from Dave Gruntman. And I've talked about Dave Gruntman on the show before. Dave Gruntman is the Zionist Jew who owns the majority of the nightclubs, bars, restaurants in some of the biggest towns in the country. He owns them all over Miami specifically, but then in Los Angeles, I'm pretty sure in New York as well, has a lot of influence in that sphere. And he said to Clavicular, if you want to get unbanned from all the nightclubs and restaurants, you got to come kiss the wall. Do you guys think he's going to... I'm curious. Do you guys think Clavicular is going to go kiss that wall? We'll see. I guess we'll see. But it's been an interesting weekend. Fun weekend. Very fun weekend. Probably not for everyone else, though. I mean, I'm in Florida, so I'm not feeling the cold. Right now, it was 85 and sunny today. I don't know what it is for you guys. I've had some of my friends who are up north who are like, dude, it feels like -10 right now. We got 2 feet of snow. Shit like that. So if you guys are in the snow, I know a couple of my viewers are. I keep in touch with some of my viewers, and I was messaging them, seeing if they were okay in the snow, seeing if they lost power or anything like that. And for the most part, everyone seems fine. So that's good. Let's get into the actual show, though, guys. Before we get into it, I want to remind everyone to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the show. Read all the comments at the end of each show. Rate the show 5 stars on Spotify. Follow me on X, Kick, Spotify, Instagram. Sub on YouTube. Join the Telegram channel. Stay updated on all things America Unfiltered. I think I hit everything I had to say there. Let's get into the actual show, though. So I want to talk a little bit about this shooting, and I kind of briefly described it already, and we won't spend an insane amount of time on it because I'm sure you guys have been hearing about it all weekend. I'm sure you guys have seen the video of it. But this individual who actually seems to have had a little bit of history with these protests before, and we know that because of his parents. His parents openly came out and said, we told him not to ever, interfere with ICE operations. We told him not to get angry with them. We told him not to get too close. We told him to be extremely careful because they understand he's a little bit of a hothead, it seems. This individual shows up armed to a protest, which in itself is technically illegal, but I stand kind of on the in-between side of that. I think our founders would spit at the idea of us not being able to peacefully bring our firearms to a protest. I know some people are going to disagree with that, but thinking of the true founders' intentions, I think they would spit at the idea of not being able to hold your firearm peacefully in some way at a protest. And this individual wasn't even carrying it in his hand or anything. He was concealed carrying it. But this individual decided to try and help a woman who was in the process of being talked to by some ICE agents. This individual put himself right in the middle of it, and while they are trying to tackle him for interfering with operations, like I said, they realized he had a gun on him. They took the gun out of his pocket, but there was speculation on that. Nobody really knew that at first. At first, what they thought is he fired at them. At first, nobody realized that he was disarmed. They thought that the individual who was being tackled by ICE fired at the ICE agents, and the ICE agents returned fire, eventually killing this individual. But it became clear and apparent over time from different angles of videos, which I want to say first off, whoever was videoing this incident, fuck you. Like, you have to be the worst. Like, you got one fucking job. You're standing there videoing. Get a good angle. How about that? Is that too much to ask for a good angle of this Minnesota shooting? Like, God forbid we get a good fucking angle that could actually tell us something. But after hours and hours and hours of people rewatching the video, putting it in slow motion, going with the few different angles we had, we were eventually able to see that this individual did not fire his firearm at ICE, that he was disarmed by one of the ICE agents, and that the gun he was carrying was a SIG P320, and that this gun is known to malfunction. Let me pull up this tweet by Tim Pool real quick that I want to show you guys. Very little amount that I could actually show you guys. A lot of times we react to clips and do stuff like that on the show. But with this, with what happened, they're making it clear. Spotify's telling me I can't show everything. But Tim Pool posts, holy shit, could this have caused the shot leading agents to believe he fired on them? Is it possible when agent yells gun, gun, and grabs it, SIG discharges due to defect, other agents think due to shooting? And that is exactly what ended up happening. The SIG P320 unintentional discharges are a significant concern, with numerous lawsuits and reports alleging the pistol can fire without a trigger pull, especially when dropped, leading to injuries, though SIG maintains the gun is safe and attributes incidents to user error or improper holstering. But that has been proven false. Many people have done videos on X, on like platforms, showing that this is not always due to user error, that this is just a fault of the gun occasionally. And it seems that is what happened. And the response by the ICE officers to hearing that shot go off was to mag dump the individual. None of the other ICE agents had realized that he had been disarmed yet. Does this look good? Not really. Is it somewhat justified? Yes. Again, I don't think this person should have died. Let me be clear about that. But I do think that, first of all, let me say this, and then I'll rephrase. Why the fuck are you carrying this gun? Like, this gun has been known to misfire. Anybody who's still carrying a SIG P320, you're a fucking idiot. Like, we've known this for like 10 years, And if that's the gun you're going to bring to go protest, like, you're a fucking retard. But back to what I was saying a second ago. I don't think this person necessarily should have died, and that became obvious because the person wasn't shooting at the ICE agents. It was a misfire from the gun after it was already taken from the individual. But I do think the response by ICE was the correct response with the knowledge they did have. Obviously, hindsight is 20/20, but you don't judge these tactical decisions based on hindsight. You judge them based on the here and now, what you're experiencing in that moment, and what the threat level is assessed at in that moment. And the threat level was assessed to be this person has a firearm, this person just discharged their firearm as they're being tackled by ICE agents. So the proper response in that scenario would be to mag dump the individual. And then sadly they ended up being wrong. It ended up being a misfire. And now we have all this commotion. We have people up in the streets again, protesting again. The protests have not stopped. And again, it's like, it's all these liberal white women and delusional, like, borderline schizophrenic males. Like, I saw a video of let me see if I have it saved. I don't know if I have it saved. But there was a video of a guy screaming at an ICE agent. And he was like, why don't you shoot me in the fucking head? Why don't you shoot me in the head? Why don't you shoot me in And it's like, dude, you're just sick and deranged. Like, why do you want to be a martyr? Like, why do you want to be a martyr that bad? Why do you want them to shoot you in the head? Like, it's fucking weird. A lot of these people are sick in the head. A lot of these people are delusional. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm looking at the live chat. There's someone spamming Rape America Unfiltered. I actually know who it is, though. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck, buddy. Good luck, buddy. That's crazy. I don't get how the AI mods, like, get everything else, but they don't get that. That's so funny. Guys, remember to share the fucking live. Someone goes, anyone else here from the gay sex orgy? Yeah, I mean, I'm just seeing people spam Rape America Unfiltered in the chat right now. Guys, I know you all want your turn, but if I say yes, is it still rape at that point? Like, what if I was to say yes? What are you going to do? I just stopped you. What are you going to do? I'm saying yes. So what are you going to do? Is it still rape at that point? All right, now we're just getting distracted. I'm trying to talk about serious topics, and out of the corner of my eye, I just see I just see this being fucking spammed. But what did this lead to? Let's get back into serious mode, guys. What did this shooting lead to? The shooting led to more mass protests. This shooting led to a few discoveries as well. One massive discovery that was made from this was a Signal chat that has now been leaked. And this Signal chat has a few big names in it. And one of the big names in it is prolific pedophile entrepreneur Brian and Ed Krasenstein, who used to own a child porn website, who are now in this Signal chat, doing everything they can to dox ICE agents' locations, names, phone numbers. They are actively plotting against Minnesota ICE agents and federal ICE agents around the country, and they're doing everything they can to work against America's interests. And is it a surprise that these two prolific Jewish pedophiles, Brian and Ed Krasenstein, who used to own a child porn website, let me say it one more time for the people in the back who didn't hear it, but these disgusting pedophiles who used to own a child porn website, that they are now doxing ICE agents. And they're like, whoa, I'm not doxing anybody. I'm just releasing every known piece of information about this individual. I'm releasing pictures of his license plate, his name, his home address, his wife's favorite color. And it's like, dude, what the fuck is wrong? Like, what is wrong with these people? Dude, why? Yo, chill with the spamming in the chat. Like, what the fuck? Like, chill. This shit's making me crack up. I don't know why, but kind of funny. Kind of funny, whatever. I don't give a fuck. You guys do what you want to do. Who gives a shit? This Signal chat, let me see if I can get that pulled up, because inside the Signal chat, there was a manual. And that manual is a manual that shows people how to target ICE agents in a proficient way. And you guys can see quickly, someone scrolls through it. Feel free to pause anytime, read it. But it's absolutely disgusting that this exists. It's absolutely disgusting that we have people in the country not only working against America's interests, but they are working to try and hurt the federal law enforcement agents who are there to, in the end, keep them safe, who are there to make this country better. I mean, how does it benefit the country to have an endless amount of Somalians in the fucking country? How does it benefit the country to have all these illegal immigrants that we don't know shit about in this country? It barely even benefits us to have legal immigrants in the country, let alone illegal immigrants. These people are overwhelming our public systems, public schools, public services. When it comes to hospitals, like, they don't even, like, these people will literally just go to the emergency room and not pay their bill. These people are just disgusting trash, and we do not need them in the country. And the Somalians, definitely. I mean, Somalians, there's no age of consent even in that country. Somalians will rape women, they'll steal, they'll commit fraud, and they won't feel bad about it at all. And they'll rape kids as well. There was a Somalian who raped a 12-year-old girl just a couple months ago, and the local Muslim community center wrote a letter of support saying he has not adjusted from his Somalian culture into American culture yet. That's why this happened. And the implications of that, or not the implications, but what that implies is that Somalians are okay with child rape. So I don't know why people want these people in the country. I mean, literally, Somalians wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. They wouldn't piss on Renee Nicole Good if they were on fire. They wouldn't piss on this guy who got his life taken by ICE as well if they were on fire. So I don't know why people are going so far out of their way to defend them. And I don't know. I keep getting fucking distracted. Yo, chill, guy. Fucking chill out. Like, fucking chill in the fucking live chat. All I'm reading is that people want to rape me in the live chat. And it's like, guys, I know I'm a mogger. I get it. I get I'm a mogger. You don't have to rate me. You don't have to do it. I'm here. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for you guys. Someone says they think it's the beard. Yeah, it's 100% right. The second I shave it to a mustache, I'm the one doing No, I mean, that's crazy. But let's get back to it. I don't want to keep getting distracted. I'm going to refrain from looking at the laptop for a bit. We'll come back to it in a sec. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. But again, serious face. But yeah, so then it led to, let's get this other video pulled up of people trying to storm hotels, and they were destroying a Home to Suites by Hilton. Let me get that video pulled up for you guys right here. As you can see, audio is actually, look what these disgusting animals are doing. Absolutely atrocious. And then there's another video. Which one is it? Right here. They're destroying the fucking sign. And for what reason? Like, what did Home 2 Suites do to these fucking people that they're, like, going to Hilton's and trying to beat the shit out of the sign on the top of the building? Someone goes, any louder, my eardrums are... Dude, chill. Like, fuck off. Blame the person who shot the video. But yeah, so that's the current situation of what is happening in Minnesota. And what did it all lead to? It all led to more protests today and more people to feel empowered to stand up against ICE. And this woman, like we talked about earlier, I'm going to just fucking show the video. Fuck it. I don't care. We're going to show the video. So this is the video of the woman that I was talking about earlier, the Foyd, who picked up a flashbang, tried to throw it back at ICE, and blew off her own fucking hand. And again, sensitive content, maybe. Watch this video. This is crazy. She's got it in her hand. And you can see when she falls, that's when it fucking blows up in her hand. Crazy. Crazy. I'm not going to show the entire thing because I don't want to risk getting the video taken down like the other one. But as you guys can see, the dumbass Foyds of the world. Again, Your Honor, Exhibit A, why women should not vote. They pick up flashbang grenades and try and run with them instead of throwing... Like, this woman thought she was the main character in the Call of Duty campaign. This woman was running. She was... that was the highlight of her entire life. She's like, I got it, guys. I got it. We're all safe. And then she blows off her own fucking hand. Now she can't even make her husband a sandwich anymore. And that's the real tragedy of it all. I mean, her husband is going to go hungry tonight because this woman just couldn't fucking stay at home. This woman couldn't stay at home, and now her husband is the one who has to suffer. Imagine being any of these women's husbands. Imagine, like, dating that much of an insufferable bitch. Crazy. I could never imagine it. Someone says, what a fat torta. Someone says, thanks for showing me what I already see on Twitter every fucking day. Yeah, blow me. That's what the show is. I talk about the fucking news. Sorry about that. And then, again, the final conclusion, which I kind of stated in the beginning of this, is this all leads back to Donald Trump's failures. Donald Trump has failed to invoke the Insurrection Act. Donald Trump has failed to actually empower ICE to handle business. Donald Trump has failed to actually address this in any meaningful way. All Donald Trump has done is he's apologized. He's even pulling ICE agents and CBP officers out of Minnesota, not bringing more in, not deploying the National Guard, not bringing the military in, but instead, he's like, guys, maybe we fucked up. Maybe we get out of there and just let the Somalians keep defrauding the state of Minnesota. Like, what kind of president is this? Donald Trump has been a colossal failure on all fronts. I mean, when it comes to foreign policy, the guy's a fucking joke. The guy has sent billions to Israel, devalued the dollar, the American dollar in real time. He campaigned on transparency, but hasn't been transparent about anything. He bombed Iran for Israel, and we're about to do it again. The only kind of successful thing was the Maduro. Like, when we took Maduro, that was pretty cool. But other than that, there really hasn't been a lot of wins for Donald Trump. But Donald Trump not invoking the Insurrection Act is everything that we've been talking about on the show. How Donald Trump has been failing not only his voter base, but the country itself. The idea of what America is supposed to be. You can't have freedom without order. And right now there is no order in this country. We have a lawless jungle where the Somalians feel like they can defraud us, where leftists feel like they can go and rage, loot, and do all these things because they feel empowered to, because a George Floyd got shot as she tried to run over an ICE agent. And again, like I said, I personally don't 100% think this person should have died. I think it was a big miscommunication because the gun did misfire. But at the same time, this person should not have been there with that firearm. That part is illegal. This person should not have put themselves in that situation. He was not only warned by law enforcement, but by his own parents as well. Still chose to do it. And in a way, it's like, fuck around, find the fuck out. Like, that's what's going to end up happening. You continue to not listen. You continue to be told that bad things are going to happen, that there will be repercussions for your actions. And instead of actually listening or doing something, you choose to try and go right at the ICE agents. You choose to, I'm going to use my free will today. I'm going to be an absolute dipshit and see what happens. We've now had multiple people shot and killed in Minnesota, and I honestly don't think there's anyone to blame but the people who have been shot so far. I have not seen any shooting where it's like, okay, this is 100% the ICE agent's fault, or even close. I don't think that last shooting we saw over the weekend was ICE's fault. I don't think Renee Nicole Good was ICE's fault. I think they were actually justified in all the shootings, even if the second one was a form of a miscommunication. Let's see, what are people saying? Someone goes, all the Somalis are low IQ. Yeah, they are. I mean, like, again, the average IQ of a retard in America is like 70. The average IQ of a Somalian is like 65. So we're pretty much just importing a bunch of retards into the country, and they want you to be cool with that. And then they want to put those people on, like, welfare, Section 8, food stamps, Medicaid. They want to let them open a daycare and defraud the fuck out of you. But that's the state of the country we're living with now. I mean, that's the sad reality of what America has become. And I don't think this is going to get better anytime soon. To give my conclusion to this ICE segment and to everything that's going on, I don't think it's going to get better. I think Donald Trump's failures to actually do something about this are only empowering the left more. I mean, we're going to lose the House. We're going to lose the midterms completely. There's really no question about that in my mind. And when that happens, everything that Donald Trump has worked for and done is going to go out the window. We're not going to be able to get anything else accomplished. And Donald Trump has really not done shit. I mean, the same people who were like, yeah, we should get Trump in office. He wants to handle illegal immigration. We had 10 to 20 million illegal immigrants coming under Biden, are the same people who are like, Trump has deported 250,000. This has gone too far. It's like, you guys are pussies. You guys are fucking gay. Like, 250,000 is nothing. I want millions. I wanted at least 2.5 million last year. I wanted 3 to 4 million last year. But no, we're not getting anything. We're not getting any actual progress on the deportations. We're literally hitting the cap on the amount of H-1Bs we bring into the country. That's how many immigrants we're bringing in. And we're not kicking that many out. This country is not doing anything for the founding stock of the country. For the young white men in this country who can't get jobs, it might only get worse. For the young white men in this country who have felt shut down and ignored by the government, it's probably going to continue because the government is failing to actually listen to the people, to listen to the voter base, to listen to anybody besides these leftists and besides these immigrants that they decide they need to pander to. There are very few people in Trump's administration who are not pandering right now or who are not setting up for their own campaign down the line. So they're trying to keep everything, all on the everything all fucking hunky dory on their end. Like I don't know what phrase to use there. But they want to have a clean slate for themselves. They don't want to have any uphill battles come the actual election season in 2028. I mean, half of Trump's cabinet is going to end up running. But this was a crazy weekend for sure. Like I said, we had the ICE shooting, hotel stalking. We had the woman get her hand blown off. We had Donald Trump fail to do anything about it. We had the Fishback Gala. We had some drama with Ye. We had Clavs potentially going to kiss the fucking wall. We had Andrew Tate go on a podcast tour, which again, we talked about Andrew Tate a lot last week. I kind of get it as well. He's a wanted man in multiple countries, especially multiple countries that don't have free speech. So it makes a little bit of sense. I mean, the guy has a lot of kids. The guy has many wives. He needs to provide and protect them. And that's kind of what he's trying to do right now. He's trying to put himself in a position where he's not under this much scrutiny from the Zionist lobby. Someone just goes, they are apes, no evolution, 6 million. And then someone goes, Bongo checking in. What's up, Bongo? Nice to see you. How you doing? I like doing the live shows. I like interacting with the live chat. It's always a fun time. But yeah, let's talk about the Fishback Gala for a bit. That was kind of my prediction on what's going to happen. I really don't think anything's going to get better. Unless Donald Trump was to invoke the Insurrection Act and actually fucking do something. Maybe use his plenary power or the unitary executive theory. Nothing's really going to fucking happen. Nothing ever happens. I mean, that's the sad reality of the state of this country, the state of our government, the way the GOP works, the way that both parties work in general. I mean, like, the leftists right now just feel so fucking empowered because the right is so fucking useless. The people in the conservative movement, in the GOP, are absolutely fucking useless in our government right now. I mean, they are literally doing nothing. They're actually hurting us more than they're helping us in a lot of ways. Them failing to hold the left accountable, them failing to hold these illegal immigrants accountable is only helping the left and hurting us more. Donald Trump has not done anything to make his voters happy. And the only people who seem to be happy with Trump still are like the retard boomers of the country. The retard boomers who will like listen to anything they hear on Fox News and be like, you hear that? You hear that? They're doing it. They're getting millions. There was 2.5 million deportations last year. And it's like, no, the fuck there wasn't. There was like 225,000, you fucking retard. Like these boomers fucking piss me off. They're all so fucking retarded. I live in a county with a lot of them, and I debate them all the time, and they're all fucking stupid. They're all dumber than the next one. None of them know shit about this country. None of them know how to fix this country in the way that Gen Z would do it. Like, Gen Z will be the generation to save this country. We have been the generation who is at it worse off than their parents. We are the most religious generation. We are a generation who is unwilling to take shit and unwilling to compromise. We are a generation who has been priced out of housing. We are the generation that if you were a white straight male, it was very hard to get a good job. We are the generation who was drowned in student loan debt. We are the generation who has been looted, robbed, and raped of everything that was worth living for and our sovereignty. And we will be the generation to take this country back. When we are in power, when we are in the White House, when we are in Congress, when we are all over, this country will inevitably be fixed one day. By hell or high water, we will fix America. And that's what I'm looking forward to. But let's move on with the show. Let's talk a little bit about this Fishback Gala. Let's talk about James Fishback for a second. Then maybe at the end, if we have time, we'll talk a little bit about Ye and his apology. That was interesting, though. I mean, we saw Ye apologize. We'll talk about that later. But the Fishback Gala Friday night, it was the America First Gala, very fun event. It was a fundraiser event, and It's different how he does fundraising versus how Byron, Section 8 Donalds, and Jake Collins do fundraising. Byron goes straight to his APAC buddies, and he's like, hey, I'll say anything you want me to say positively about Israel and the Jews and all that, and you guys just keep giving me millions. And it was funny because Byron Donalds held a fundraiser the same night as Fishback with less people, and while James Fishback's event was free, anyone could enter. Any Floridian who wanted to get to know their possible governor candidate was able to go meet him for free. Byron Donald charged $100,000 per ticket to his event. Fucking insane, like absolute rape. That's $100,000. What is it? Cure fucking cancer? Does your event cure cancer, Byron? This guy's insane. Like, this guy lives in Section 8, and then he's charging $100,000 per ticket to his event. He's got to be a Somalian scammer. I'm sure of it. Live chat's going crazy right now. It's not. It's people stopped with the rape America Unfiltered. That was crazy. Like, I wish you guys could see if you guys are watching this later on Spotify or YouTube or whatever. If you guys see it, it's probably rape America Unfiltered about 80,000, about 6 million times in the fucking chat. Ugh. But yeah, the event was fun. I got to ask a couple questions. There was a lot of people, and there was a lot of groypers there, which was really awesome. A lot of people wearing their America First hats. They had their America First pins. Where the fuck's mine? They had their America First pins. A lot of people showing out for the America First movement, and it's cool to see an America First candidate. It's cool to see a candidate who is willing to stand up for the Americans who have been fucked by foreign nations. I mean, he literally called Benjamin Netanyahu a depraved war criminal, said on day one he's going to call him and say, where the fuck is my money? Because the state of Israel invested over 385, what was it? I don't want to get it wrong. Was it million or billion? I want to say it was 385 million, but I could be wrong, and I don't want to get that wrong. Let me get it pulled up. Where the fuck is this? Yeah, $385 million. And then not only just has the state of Florida given $385 million to Israel for bonds, the county of Palm Beach in Florida has given over $1 billion. So there's billions of dollars essentially in Israel that belongs to the state of Florida, and that belongs to the residents in Florida in some way. Because what James Fishback's plan is to take that money back and invest it into the people of Florida. He wants to start a down payment assistance program for young married couples to buy a home in Florida. He wants to start programs to make it harder for out-of-state residents to come and buy a house in Florida, because that's also a big problem. People in other countries, people in other states, they'll buy a house in Florida, not live in it, and they'll rent it out 6-8 weeks out of the fucking year, and then it's just an empty house sitting the rest of the year. Like, he talks about the idea of growing up in a neighborhood where you know your neighbors, where your neighbors aren't somebody who's, you know, a new neighbor every week because it's a house that's being rented, because it's an Airbnb, because it's a property trying to cash flow. Florida belongs to the people and the residents of that state. And this is awesome. As somebody in Gen Z who struggles to afford to buy a house, I love this idea. I think more governors need to act this way. More politicians need to act in an America First fashion. And over time, it's going to get to that place where it's like, if you are a politician who openly supports Israel, it will probably be the same as politicians who were openly against Israel in the past. Like, if you were against Israel in the past, it was career suicide. And if you're for Israel in the future, I'd imagine it's going to be the same thing. I'd imagine if you're a politician who takes money from AIPAC, a politician who shills to Benjamin Netanyahu, takes a visit with Benjamin Netanyahu, or takes a stance different than like what Fishback, or like, I don't even like Mamdani, but what he did, where he's like, I'll literally put the fucking guy in jail, I think it'll be career suicide. James Fishback seems to be one of the only candidates around the country who is actually willing to fight for the Floridians, fight for the American people, and put America first in every way. And he made it clear at the Florida First Gala, which I really enjoyed the event. I mean, props to Fishback. Fishback has a very small budget, and he's doing a ton with it. Fishback is doing everything he can to get the word out there about his campaign, about America First. He's the most Googled candidate by far, and he's going up slightly on the betting markets. I like to look at the betting markets more than I like to look at other polls. I think polls are not really the greatest read on things, but the betting markets are a better read. And right now he's still losing in the betting markets, but it's very early. I mean, his campaign has been announced for less than 2 months, to my knowledge, at this point. But he's received more impressions on social media than any other candidate around the country in their governor's race. So James Fishback is doing something right. He knows how to speak to the people. He knows how to communicate to Gen Z. He understands the problems. And why does he understand the problems? It's not just because he's on Twitter, on social media. It's because at every one of his events, and I've been to multiple of his events, he says the exact same thing at the end of it. And now I'm going to take questions from the audience, and I will not stop answering questions until every question in the room has been answered. And he did that. He had the first event I saw him at was at a small pizza shop in Palm Beach, Florida. And there was probably 80, 90 people crammed in this fucking shop. Probably like 70, 80 people, 6, 7. I don't know. But there's a lot of people crammed in this shop, and he took questions from everybody, and not just one question. He took multiple questions, and he did not stop until every single question was answered. And then beyond that, he took pictures with everybody. He shook everyone's hand. He asked everyone's name. He talked to everyone about their personal lives, explained his own personal story. And you don't see that from a lot of candidates. And then even as his campaign has grown, like that was early on. That was a couple months ago that probably happened. And then now at his Florida First Gala, he did the same thing. He had a line after he talked to all the people who were there, and everyone went up one by one and asked different questions, and he didn't refuse a single question, even the hard-hitting questions. Excuse me. But no politicians do that. I mean, some politicians, they'll take the question, do a little song and dance, and go around the question. What he did is he answered every single question for the American people, for Floridians who feel like they're struggling, who feel like they're being replaced in their own state, who feel like this state and this country is going down the wrong path, and it needs a leader at the wheel who can actually save us. And I'm not saying Fishback could save the country, but I do think he can do a lot to help the state of Florida, and he can do a lot to help the youth in Florida. And another thing I've noticed, because I talk to a lot of young people in this state, but you guys get what I'm saying. Talk to a lot of young people in this state, and they all say the same thing. None of them are voting for Byron Donalds. None of them are Byron Section 8 Donalds. None of them are voting. Nobody, out of all the Gen Z people, 0 of them have said that they're voting for Jay Collins. Maybe 1 or 2 have said Byron Donalds. It's definitely not going to be a Democrat. I mean, statistically speaking, it's going to be a Republican governor, so who fucking cares who runs for the Dems in Florida. But all of them are either saying, I will vote for Fishback, or I'm extremely interested in James Fishback. I want to get to know him more. And I think the tides are really starting to turn. I think you will see a massive wave around the country of these young America First men who a lot of times were a lot quieter about their views. Some are concealing their power levels, which they should continue to do so. But some of them were just quieter about their views because they might have seemed less popular at the time. But you're going to see a lot of these people come out of nowhere, and they're going to start speaking their minds. They're going to speak about America First. They're going to be pro-Fishback. They're going to speak about the failures of Donald Trump and why we shouldn't be involved with Israel and why getting involved with Iran is a bad idea. They're going to talk about how Donald Trump not invoking the Insurrection Act is possibly one of the most embarrassing parts of his presidency, next to not releasing the Epstein file. I mean, that was crazy, too. I can't believe for years, Donald Trump campaigned on the idea of, like, transparency. His son was tweeting out, like, I'm on every government list besides the Epstein list. We need to see the Epstein list. We need to know who's running our government. And then when it comes time to do it, he's like, what Epstein list? If you're still talking about Epstein, I don't even want your support anymore. It's like, dude, like, brother. Let's see. Someone goes, as much as I dislike Mamdani's policies, the way he ran his campaign was top tier. Exactly. That's what I've been saying. Again, I dislike Mamdani a lot. I think he's a retard. I don't think a Muslim should be in control in New York. I don't think someone who eats with their fucking hands like that, eats that slop with their hands, should be in charge of New York. But at the same time, He's an excellent debater, which James Fishback is as well, but the big difference is there is a big New York City mayoral debate. Byron Donalds and Jay Collins are scared to debate Fishback because of how unpopular they are. They'll lose. If Byron Donalds debated James Fishback, it would end Byron's whole career. And that's not even up for debate. Like, that is a guaranteed reality of what would happen. Jay Collins openly said he wants to take away Floridians' rights to free speech if they want to criticize Israel. I'll criticize whoever the fuck I want. How about that? James Fishback called Netanyahu a depraved war criminal. Let's get that video pulled up. That was electric. Because everyone in the, like, Mark Levin was fucking talking about it. They're all seething about this right now. Let's get this video pulled up. This was a good video. Here we go.
The only call I'll be making to Benjamin Netanyahu is this. Where's my money?
Fucking money.
You depraved war criminal, where is our money?
Let's go. That's the kind of fire we need.
The only call.
That is the kind of fire we want from a governor. I mean, that is the kind of fire we want from somebody in, especially like a state like Florida, where it's so fucked up in this state. Let me get this other video pulled up that I had too from the event. And then there was a couple like weird things that happened over the weekend that I guess we could talk about too. I want to talk about the UFC thing at the end of this as well, because I gave some wrong predictions. I'm hoping you guys didn't bet on it. I don't even know where's this video. I made the cut in one of Fishback's videos. Right here. Got it. Got it. This is the video that I made the cut in. So I have a question for you. So you can see me fucking mogging there. Just look at that. Look at that mog.
I'm against the flock
just
cameras.
mogging.
I've also said, I said it's an event, but I haven't put it up publicly yet, but I will right now. I'm going to sign an executive order on day one. No government contracts with Palantir. We're not doing Palantir in Florida. Not doing it. It's a violation.
And he said no Palantir in Florida. You'll sign that executive order day one. And again, we do have to keep in mind that he is a politician, that maybe not everything he says is going to come true. But at the same time, it's good to have a candidate who is on the America First side for once. I mean, Ron DeSantis literally went to Israel to sign the anti-Semitism bill and to say that it is basically illegal in Florida to criticize the state of Israel, and that if you go to a public university in Florida and you criticize Israel, that you could be kicked out of your school for criticizing a foreign nation thousands of miles away who is committing terrorist acts and has committed terrorist acts against our country. It's one of the most insane backwards things ever. But that's kind of what happened with the Fishback event. And like I said, I talked to him at the event about the interview we were supposed to do. He told me personally at the event, he shook my hand. He said, James, good to see you. I know we've canceled a couple times. I want to give you a heads up. Next week's going to be a little busy, so unsure if Monday's 100% going to happen. I'll let you know over the weekend. But we're 100% going to get it done. So I'm going to take his word for it. Hopefully we're able to get the interview done over the next couple months. I'm excited to talk to James Fishback more. I'm going to continue to go to his events, document them, trying to get more information for you guys on the guy, show you guys everything I can find about him, because I think it sets a precedent and moves the Overton window a lot. Whether James Fishback wins or loses, one thing it does do is it moves the Overton window enough, and it shows people that there will be a lot of support for people who put America first and to openly declare America first, because we don't have any politicians really doing that. You know, you look at Congress, you look at the White House, and it's a fucking embarrassment. Democrats and Republicans do not agree on anything. I mean, they can't even agree that we shouldn't have people who aren't citizens in this country. But what they can agree on is that we need to send billions, that it is imperative that we send billions of dollars to Israel. That's the one thing that Democrats and Republicans seem to be able to agree on, which is sad and disgusting. But let's move on. Let's get to our final stuff I want to talk about. I want to talk a little bit about this UFC thing for a second. I don't know if anyone saw that, the absolute battle. Like, we're not going to talk about this for long, but just because I told a couple people, I gave my advice, and I was 1 for 3, which was crazy. Derek Lewis, it looked like, fucking threw that fight. I don't know if anyone saw that. Absolutely disgraceful what he did. Derek Lewis, like, fell down just out of nowhere from like a jab. This fucking huge fucking 400-pound dude fell from a jab and then did nothing to get up, even though the ground game is the worst thing for him. Absolutely embarrassing. I actually think they should investigate if he threw that fight. Sugar Sean, the Sugar Show's back. He won. I predicted that. That was cool to see. And I think he'll win his next fight as well. I like Sugar. And then the last fight was like, I mean, holy shit. Like, if that was America right there. I mean, I was rooting for Patty, who's not even the American in that fight, I guess. But that fight was awesome. It was just two guys for 5 fucking rounds, for 25 straight minutes, beating the fuck out of each other. I mean, beating the piss out of each other. It was incredible to see. And Patty, he's famous for saying, I'm a Scouser. Scousers don't get knocked out, in his fucking Scottish accent. And I'll give it to Patty. I mean, he took an ass whooping for a lot of that fight from Justin Gaethje, and he did not get knocked out, even though many times it looked close. I mean, they caught him with a few clean hooks. Patty's a bad motherfucker. I mean, he's a hard man. That is crazy that pause. But that is crazy that that Patty survived that. I mean, let's see. Someone goes, dreadful weekend for my bank account. Scouse accent, not Scottish. Relax. Relax. My accents aren't great. Relax. But yeah, that was what happened with UFC, and I predicted that Patty would win, that Sugar would win, and that Derek Lewis would win, and only one of the 3 lost. So I hope you guys didn't bet on that. I did. I lost. Very sad weekend for the bank account as well with that one. But we'll rebound. We'll be back. Don't worry. I'm excited for UFC on Paramount. And I don't know if anyone saw that Netflix event, which was kind of crazy. This guy fucking scaled a building, one of the tallest buildings in Taiwan, and he did it for like $500K. Like, and when I say scaled the building, like no ropes, no harness, no fucking suction cup, like if this guy fell, he was dead. But this guy fucking scaled a building. Absolutely insane. It was kind of a crazy weekend all around. And then the final thing that I kind of want to talk about on the show, and we'll briefly talk about it because we got some time, and I'll pull up the article. Ye apologized, and let's get the article pulled up. I'm not subscribing to New York Times, so I only have part of the article to read before it fucking cuts me off. But it goes, Ye apologizes for anti-Semitic behavior again. The artist formerly known as Kanye West, who first apologized in 2023 before taking it back, said a 4-month manic episode in 2025 had led him to embrace swastikas and Hitler. Ye, the artist and producer, formerly known as Kanye West, took out a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal on Monday saying that he regretted his recent anti-Semitic behavior and that he hoped to be forgiven by those I've hurt. I am not a Nazi or an anti-Semite, he wrote. I love Jewish people. In the ad, Ye attributed his behavior, which included professing a love for Adolf, to untreated bipolar disorder. How do they have a typo in the fucking New York Times? During a period when he had stopped taking medication, bipolar disorder is a severe condition in which periods of exhilarating mania alternate with deep depression. It is generally treated with mood stabilizers like lithium or with other medications in combination with therapy. Ye wrote that the disorder had been caused by a brain injury that he suffered in a car crash in '02. He has periodically talked about the crash in interviews, saying that he recorded his debut single Through the Wire while his mouth was wired shut. Why are we just reading about bipolar disorder at this point? A spokesman for the ADL said in a statement on Monday that Ye's apology to the Jewish people was long overdue, but did not undo his extensive history of anti-Semitism. The truest apology would be for him to not engage in anti-Semitic behavior in the future. I think Ye might go kiss the wall, which is sad. Kind of crazy. Yeah, kind of crazy. And I actually think a lot of this is tied to like what we saw from Andrew Tate from last week. Let me try and get those tweets pulled up one last time. Let me see. Let's see if I can get them on the screen here. Is it gonna let me? Is this it right here? Oh, it's so fucking zoomed in. All right, let me zoom that out a bit. So these are the Screenshots of the tweets by Andrew Tate. He goes, I've prepared a video that explains what happens when you meet true global fame. Not bullshit streaming clicks clown show, genuine fame. If I die or am arrested, it will be released instantly. There's a reason Ye stopped. There is a reason Ye stopped. You don't understand. Nobody has correctly identified what happens if you tell the truth. There's a lot before death. And that is the message that Andrew Tate put out there, and I think that's kind of tied to that there. I think in some way they are threatening Ye, and that is why he's going on this apology tour. We saw like a month or two ago he was apologizing to a rabbi, and now he's taking out a page in the New York Times, and there's now some rumors that he might be going to Israel to kiss the wall. But that is all the main stuff I want to talk about. Let me see if there's anything trending right now worth talking about today. Oh, wow. Holy shit. On January 12th, Kenneth Moreno Guzman allegedly broke into a Bullitt County mobile home, held two sisters at knife point, raped the 11-year-old, and forced her 10-year-old sister to watch. He faces severe charges like rape, aggravated child molestation, and burglary. His immigration status remains under federal review. The case got local news coverage but gained traction online, contrasting with a debunked claim that ICE abandoned a 5-year-old boy in Minneapolis. Actually, agents cared for him after his father fled during a deportation stop until reuniting him with his mother. Post highlights divide. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there's a video of a woman talking about it. Let's check this quick video out. Let me get it pulled up back here. Let me make that a little bigger for you guys. Here we go.
Did you guys hear about the illegal immigrant that was arrested in Georgia yesterday for brutally raping an 11-year-old girl at knife point and forcing her 10-year-old little sister to watch after breaking into their bedroom? Probably not, because you dumbasses have been so stuck on the 5-year-old that was supposedly detained by ICE that with a 30-second Google search, you would have figured out that his dad actually ran and abandoned him. ICE wasn't going to leave a 5-year-old by himself. You guys are so clinically stupid, it hurts.
I feel like that doesn't explain it well. Is this the fucking guy? Ew, Jesus, that guy's ugly. Holy shit, that guy's ugly. So this guy broke into a house, raped an 11-year-old while making the 10-year-old sister watch. Absolutely disgusting. Again, Exhibit A, Your Honor, on why these people need to get the fuck out of my country, and all the liberals standing in the way should be dealt with. I'm done apologizing for the things that are happening to these liberals who want to get in the way of protests, who want to get in the way of ICE agents, because this country is falling. This country is going to shit. We literally have kids getting raped by illegal immigrants. Kids getting raped by immigrants, illegal immigrants, whoever the fuck. And the administration is doing nothing about it. Like, why? This is probably the first time you guys are going to hear about this on my show. Like, why is every news source not reporting this today? Why isn't this breaking fucking headlines that this happened? It actually it pisses me off to see this. I mean, this is a child. This person raped a fucking child, forced a sister to watch. That's generational trauma. And again, like, this person's going to face a leftist judge who's going to give them a light sentence, probably not even fucking deport them. And eventually it will happen again. This country's fucked. Got my cross all crooked there. This country's so fucked right now. I just keep looking at the picture of this ugly sack of shit. Like, look how fucking ugly this guy is. Ugh, it should be a crime just to be that fucking ugly. Okay, but that's been the show for the day, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. We're going to go on to the comments of the show. We'll read every comment, respond to every comment. Hope you guys have had a good day so far. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Crazy fucking weekend, as we talked about. Ugh, a lot of different crazy shit that happened. And if you're in the snowstorm, hope you guys are staying warm. Someone says he's compromised along with Ye. Get them all out now. If some people die along the way, that's just natural selection. Yeah, for the most part, I agree. I mean, I think these people just getting in the way are kind of bringing it on themselves for the most part. Let's get our comments pulled up. Let's start that part of the show. Let's see. We'll start with YouTube, then we'll go over to Spotify.
Andrew Tate latest interview and his performance on it was great, but it just left me with more questions than I started with. I'm soon going off to the army, not sure if I'm gonna go full-time or reserves, but I'm sure I'll have time to think about what Tate said.
Yeah, that's what you should be doing in the army, is thinking about what Andrew Tate's saying. Like, thanks for your service, but it's like, what? Like, be safe, first of all. Yeah, I just think he's playing a little PR thing so he doesn't go to fucking jail in the UK.
Okay, you're an ass if you think Candace can't read. It shows your ignorance and the fact that you think the rest of us are so stupid that we would believe you. You're a dumbass.
Candace can't read. Candace says Blitzkrieg. Like, yeah, I like my Blitzkriegs over easy, ma'am. I like them scrambled. It's Blitzkrieg, you stupid bitch. Like, come on, like, Pav, you're Candace Owens mispronouncing a word. Like, oh, it's crazy. The Candace can't read Twitter account's so funny.
Andrew Tate is a pussy, he is done. From top to top J in a week.
I don't think he's Jewish. I'm cutting him some slack for now. We'll see how it evolves. We will see how it evolves.
She is a complete nutcase.
Yeah, Candace is batshit crazy.
Buddy, I pay attention to a few pods and I remember Candace is mocking someone who mispronounced her name. And there are many things that are possible, but a lot of foods that intervene with most of our human abilities.
Yeah, that's the reason Candace can't read, because she's eating too much fucking soy and... What's the shit they say is bad for you? Fucking seed oils? Yeah, it's the seed oils that's fucking with Candace's brain. That's why she's gone schizo.
I agree with Nick on this one. Mossad agents killed Kirk.
What are you... Nick doesn't think Mossad agents killed Charlie Kirk.
Regarding the UFC fights, you were right 1/3 LOL. I didn't bet, but I was thinking those 3 would win also.
Yeah, I only went 1 for 3. Crazy. I really had some hope for Patty there. Sad to see him lose like that. And I really think Derek Lewis threw that fight.
James, what is your relationship to chocolate like chocolate bar?
I'm like Nick, where it's like, I might find him attractive, but I want white kids.
James, stop acting like you don't want none of Candace's brown sugar. It is really starting to get obvious now if every episode is about her. Besides, I am pretty sure she is the only person investigating Charlie's death. Unless you believe honeypot Erica Kirk? I know Fuentes doesn't think Israel was behind it, but I sure do.
I don't think Israel was behind it. I don't think there's enough evidence to show that Israel was behind it. He was their top guy. And I think Erica Kirk's kind of acting like a bitch. Like, she should be home with the kids. Someone said, see ya, James. Great show. Have a great rest of your day. Also, look up Candace saying architecture. It's hilarious. Should we pull that up? It's got to be on the Candace can't read thing, right? Candace Owens trying to read. All right, let's see it.
But really, it was about the architecture. I want you to understand.
Architecture?
Sitting there across from Alex Clark, like, Catholic, no, he just liked the architecture. And I no longer accept him and Erica. And he liked the smells and the bells. He loved the architecture, but there was no more substance for him. It'd be like, yeah, no, like he loved the architecture of things, but beyond that, nothing was happening. I think this may have been about more than the architecture. The architecture of things.
Yeah, guys, she's just mispronouncing it, but she does it every fucking time. Oh, I love the Candace defenders because they're retarded. Just as retarded as her.
Wrote, when did I once mention Israel in my statement?
I don't think he's fucking talking to you.
I don't want America to be shithole, but pluralism has been part of our culture 80 to 60 years there. America doesn't have a long-standing homogeneous white population like Europe does. That is our ancestral homeland, also acting as if white peoples are of the stock in America is ridiculous. Bosnians and Scottish people have very little in common both culturally and ethnically.
Stupid comment. Saying that like the pluralism has been a part of the culture for 80 to 60 years. Yeah, how long has the country been going to shit? I wonder.
Also, I still think the largest racial group in America should be white people, but that it shouldn't be so central to it.
Well, you have to think, a country is its people. It's not just the land, it is its people.
I'm also for limiting legal immigration.
How about let's stop it? Let's just stop it, that would be good. Let's stop the illegal immigration.
Charlie Kirk's content from his own show has been removed from Spotify, and from what I can tell that happened some on YouTube as well. What are your thoughts on the implications happening here?
What are they removing? I haven't heard of that. I don't like that they're using Charlie Kirk's account still. I will say that's kind of fucked up. It's kind of morbid. The fact that the Charlie Kirk show, like they still use that. They still use Charlie's Twitter account. They still use his Spotify and his YouTube after he's dead. And they do it because he had more followers than them. It's kind of disgusting. But I don't know. Like, be more specific. What content's getting taken down, and I'll answer.
Didn't take long for Nick to get on the government's payroll.
You're
you
a
hoping
retard.
to get a slice of the Jew money too?
You're retarded.
Damn you, you are stupid.
Yeah, he is. He's retarded.
He is anti-Zionist. What are you talking about? In fact, I don't even agree with him on a lot of things, and I'm here defending him because this is getting old. I don't agree with Nick on most things, but this comment is very, very low IQ.
Yeah, that's a low IQ comment. You're a retard if you think Nick's on the payroll. Someone just goes, "What's up, James?" in the chat. Oh, I know who that is. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for joining the live chat. Fun show so far. We're at the comments portion of the show.
James, you never answered my last question on DMs.
I'm so bad at checking DMs. I'll check your DM after the show.
Also, I want to help you understand why I don't support ethno-nationalism for America, but I do modestly support it in Europe. 1. Europe. Many countries have a long-standing dominant ethnic group. English in England, French in France, Poles in Poland. Nationalist movements often frame themselves around preserving that ethnicity and culture, which gives them a clear in-group to defend too. America. American isn't really an ethnicity, it's a civic identity. People come from many ancestral backgrounds: Irish, Italian, German, Mexican, African.
Do you think if America wasn't primarily white from the start that it would have been the powerhouse country it was? Like, you just don't understand shit.
I see Europe as the cradle of Western civilization, but our countries are very different in dynamics, which why I think race ethnicity should not matter as much. You say the Fed papers are proof America was meant to be a white nation, but they don't mention the white race once. What it most likely was alluding to was British ancestry, which 88% of aren't purely British. The largest demographic is German Americans. Now that doesn't mean demographics don't matter here.
Okay. Again, like, your long-winded messages, like, I'm less likely to fucking respond.
But we should not be framing our country as a white nation. I know you don't mean only white, which is good that you don't mean that. James Fishback speaks about the founding stock, but the reality is that neither him, you, me, or Nick are of the founding stock. I'm not telling you this to angry you, I just want you to think about it.
Brother.
James literally means mostly white, which is essentially the same as only white. There isn't a single nation that is 100% white, black, or Asian ethnically.
I don't think it should be only white, but majority white, or this country will no longer be America. Like, when white people are not the majority in America anymore, when we get to be more and more of a minority, you guys will see. The people who hate white people, which is a lot of these minorities, are gonna come for our fucking kids.
Bro, quit your dick riding Israeli propaganda. The continent of America is going to be heaven on earth while Europe is a shithole. That's hilarious. You want it to be the opposite. It's almost like we are not on the same team.
Yeah, exactly. Get on. Like, you're not gonna make it, to be honest. I'm not talking to you, Rogue. You're gonna make it. And Christian, you don't have to fucking comment on my show saying you never answer my DMs. It's like, I'll fucking get to it when I get to it. I'll check it after the show, but it's like, chill. Like, I don't look at my fucking DMs every day. I have a lot of people I haven't responded to.
Clickbait dropping name for clout. Go away beta male.
You just sound like a pussy.
Candace said her name wrong and often says it like that because one of the pro-Israel pastors told their congregation in a homily to stop listening to Tucker Carlson and Camrase Owen. She played the clip and it was obvious someone put the pastor up to disavowing them since the pastor himself clearly didn't know who she was.
That's irrelevant. Tell me why she can't pronounce any other fucking word then. Tell me why she says it architecture and blitzkrieg. Tell me why Candace is just low IQ, and it's so fucking obvious. And like, oh, that's a woman who responded. Your points. Who gives a shit what you have to say? Go fucking make your husband. I see you have a husband in your picture. Go make him a sandwich and stop commenting on my fucking show.
Security isn't gonna save anyone from a government assassination. When it's your time, you got to go.
Yeah, it's a sad reality.
Hall Hand and Nick should have a charity twink boxing match. They could raise a chunk of money and create a fund for beta virgin males to help them learn to approach women. Good luck to everyone in the path of this winter storm, especially the real men who have to work out in the elements and don't get to bundle up indoors like the linemen, plumbers, vac guys, farmers, municipal workers, etc.
Yeah, hope everyone's doing safe with the storm. I love how you're like the real man, and then you're calling them like beta virgin males. Dude, he's a Catholic. If you're Catholic, you should do what you can to remain a virgin. It's one of my biggest regrets is not. So it's actually the correct thing to do.
Nick is way too skinny to box.
He also has no fucking reason to, dude. I'm the one who wants to fight at brand risk. I want to fight Fidel at brand risk. I would love to fight a lot of different people at brand risk. Nice sanctioned fights.
So is Holland man shrugging IDK if you can be too skinny to box. I used to watch those strawweight and featherweight fights on cable when I was a kid. Have a weight class for twinks to face with tears of joy.
Okay, like what the fuck are we talking about at this point?
I mean, I guess you have a point. Out of all of James's fans, you are my favorite.
Okay, dude, like...
And I mean his supporters, not just the people that watch his show.
Yeah, that clarification really made all the difference in the world, Christian. Like, dude, what are you fucking doing? Like...
Fitter, happier, more productive. Comfortable, not drinking too much. Regular exercise at the gym 3 days a week. Getting on better with your associate employee contemporaries. A patient, better driver. Safer car.
The fuck? Like, what are you talking about? Are you talking about your personal goals or some shit?
What happened to all my comments from last episode?
Spotify deleted them, and they deleted a bunch of mine too. Very sad. Spotify fucking... Someone reported a bunch of them.
Someone probably reported it.
Yeah.
Mine was deleted too. Something about Don Lemon being a bitch and the protesters wouldn't dare come to a Southern Baptist church or a black church. Hey Fiddle, I'm thinking of starting a podcast.
Why the fuck are you talking about that in my comments? Who cares, dude?
I grew up in the area, it's been going on forever. I know many people who have tried to bring this to the attention of media and nobody's ever seemed to care. I'm glad that social media has changed and people are waking up.
Oh, that was on the episode about the welfare addicted Jews. You were in that area. That's crazy. Yeah, it's good. It's getting media attention now.
I wonder who pays who to say what. Some of these podcasters are dramatic and go in circles. Bottom line, who paid who to off Charlie? I want to know who had him killed. Don't you little groiper wannabe?
You're retarded. We know who fucking killed Charlie, and you're just a retard.
Do you think it will be a Rams versus Broncos Super Bowl this year?
Well, your question's already answered. We know who's in the Super Bowl now, and I've been very clear that I thought it was going to be the Patriots.
ICE needs to be stopped. They have murdered 2 PPL in Minnesota.
Shut the fuck up. You're a retard.
The other one was armed.
Like, Jamin, you have turned into such a pussy. It's crazy.
Christ is king.
Like, Jamin, you're a huge pussy.
Jace BCB was exercising his Second Amendment right and never attempted to draw his legally owned weapon in an open carry state. Doesn't mean that he deserved to be murdered.
You're just a pussy. You're not gonna make it. You're gonna get left behind, dude. You gotta understand. We're moving forward.
This is by it my favorite podcast. James, you are great. I live in Canada and am so ashamed of the current situation here. Makes me sick. I personally would love to be the 51st state. Just want to say thank for what you do. Love the show. I look forward to it every day.
I would love to conquer your country.
Also,
Appreciate
James, the
kind
first
words.
not saying Americans don't culture, and there is no such thing as being ethnically American because even the white people come from completely different places in Europe that have very little in common.
Okay, dude. Like, you don't have to over-explain yourself. Like, you'll write a statement and then you'll put like 8 fucking messages explaining it. Like, I get it. I can think about it. Don't worry.
Sadly, it won't be Rams versus Broncos in Super Bowl. Patriots are such a lucky franchise. First they landed Tom Brady, and only 6 years after he left, they are back in the Super Bowl. They will collapse against Seattle for sure.
I wouldn't be so sure. I would not be so sure of that if I was you. Why do you say they'll collapse against Seattle? But because what? What reasoning do you have? I actually think that it'll be I think it'll be a shootout, to be honest. I could see like Drake May throwing like 4 touchdowns. I could see Seattle having a good game too, but I don't think they're going to back down. I don't think it's going to be a easy win for Seattle.
I'm thinking of starting my own podcast.
Dude, that's the second time you wrote that in the comments. Again, if that's what you want to do, good for you, but you know my warning. You will have people, no matter what, even if you take a more moderate stance than me, which I'm sure you will, people are going to want you dead. That's the reality. Like, I get DMs almost daily. That people are like you're messaging me earlier. You're like, why haven't you read my DM yet? And it's like, dude, I get DMs of people telling me they want to Charlie Kirk me. I get DMs of people telling me they want me to fucking die and get raped. And you know, like that's what you're opening yourself up to. I have people who want to dox me and my family. That's what you're opening yourself up to, no matter what side of the aisle or where you stand, like moderate, more aggressive. That's what's going to happen. So I would take that warning and do what you will with it. We don't really need more podcasters, but again, I'm not going to tell you to not fucking do it. I wouldn't have listened when someone told me to not do it, so I'm just saying there are some things you got to worry about. Let's refresh the page, see if anything else pops up. That seems to be it. Do we have anyone else in the live chat? A few people watching, no one talking in the live chat. Okay, so that's going to be the entire show. We're going to sign off for the day. Hope you guys do have a great day. I actually want to make a couple announcements really quick. I talked about them last week, but be a little more official. We have a collaboration Friday with Isaiah Asher. Isaiah Asher is the one who discovered the fraud in St. Louis, similar to the Somalian fraud. He's still on the ground investigating. He's a Rumble streamer. Make sure you guys go follow Isaiah Asher on Rumble. Great guy. I'll be collaborating with him on Friday on his show, and then I'll re-upload the video on demand on my channel. And then I'm doing a collaboration most likely on Wednesday with Politically Provoked, Brittany from Politically Provoked, also known as Jew Bimbo on X. I recently found her channel because someone in my live chat told me about her. I checked it out. I liked her show, liked what I saw. So we're going to be doing a collaboration Wednesday. We set that up. Hopefully nothing falls through. I'll keep you guys updated on when James, see you next week, Fishback and me get a collaboration linked up when we can get it all squared away. That's kind of the schedule for the week, though. So collaboration Wednesday, collaboration Friday, normal shows tomorrow and Thursday. I think that's everything. I'm going to double check, make sure nothing happened in the last 15 minutes in the news.
Just the whole.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's a clip of Andrew Tate saying he might join the Jews. Let's watch that really quick, I guess. I just saw that when I clicked this.
To just the whole
I
situation.
didn't. I just said I didn't play the song because I didn't play the song. The internet now has become so anti-Semitic that even if you believe that the Jews have too much control over the American government, you're starting to think, I may as well just join the fucking Jews now because everything you do makes you a Jew sellout somehow. I don't know if you get this, but like if you breathe air, the Jews also breathe air. So you've sold out to the Jews. Yeah. It's like you can't fucking do anything.
Yeah.
You know, I guess unless you walk around doing permanent Hail Hitler salutes and calling for the next extermination of every single Jewish person you see, or you want to fire up the gas chambers, they're constantly saying you sold out. And it's incredible because it's not just me. I see it to everybody with any kind of prominence or any kind of platform. They're like, you sold out, you sold out, you sold out. There's nothing you can type without someone calling you a Jewish sellout.
He's actually calling out something real. I mean, I will say the low IQ anti-Semitism has made the America First movement look retarded. And it's mainly people who are like Candace fans. I honestly blame that dumb bitch, Candace. Because, like, you say one fucking thing, like, you say you support ICE, and they're like, did you know the ICE is basically IDF? Did you know that they're all Jews? Did you know, like, and it's like, shut the fuck, like, I want to beat the fuck out of you, like, oh, I just want to beat the fuck out of some of these people. And it's like, again, we can have reasonable discussions, but people are literally like I have so many people in my comments sometimes who are like, you're Zio-owned because you support ICE. And I'm like, you're a stupid bitch. Like, I wish I could fucking break this mug on your fucking head. Like, I want to break my laptop over your fucking back, some of you. Like, it's crazy. And Nick talks about it a lot too. Like, there is a lot of low IQ anti-Semitism. By that, I don't mean like we shouldn't criticize the Jews in the media or the ones in politics and the ones who are controlling our country and government. But what I mean is there's people who, like Andrew said, it's like you literally, like, you'll say you breathe, and they're like, oh, Jews also breathe. You must be a Jew. And it's like, you fucking retard. So, and again, I blame Candace. Candace is a stupid bitch. And Candace has caused a lot of this. Candace is so fucking retarded. Guys, the architecture. I just pissed myself off before I ended the show. All right, let's wrap up the show. Let's go to the end of it. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Happy Monday. Hope you guys in the snowstorm are staying safe, staying warm. Remember to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the show. Rate the show 5 stars on Spotify. We'll read all the comments from today's show at the end of the show tomorrow. Remember to join my Telegram channel. Follow me on X. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Spotify. Sub on YouTube. Whatever the fuck you guys want. I don't even fucking care at this point. Like, I get tired of repeating that, but it's like you kind of have to fucking say it, and it's so fucking annoying. It's like, follow me, do this, join it. It's like, I want to fucking kill myself. Like, I hate having to fucking say it, but it's like, got to keep the people informed. Got to get people updated on everything. So, join the Telegram. Follow me on X. Follow me on Instagram. You guys know what the fuck to do. Follow me on Kick. We're doing Kick live streams with our live shows now, and then it gets uploaded to Spotify after. That's where most of the action is on Spotify. But Spotify seems to be fucking a little bit annoying recently. Like, you can show a video of, like, an Israeli soldier raping a prisoner. That's fine. That's completely fine. And I'm like, okay, that's great. But then they're like, you show one video of a woman getting shot by an ICE agent after she tries to drive a car into them, and, like, these people lose their fucking minds, and it's like, okay. Like, what is the actual fucking line? Like, can someone from Spotify reach out and tell me what the line is and, like, where I crossed it when I showed that video? Fucking insane. Crazy I could show a video of, like, people and, like, kids getting bombed and shot. But then I'd fucking show that, and they're like... So fucking gay sometimes. But that's the entire show. I'm going to sign off for the day. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you being fans of the show. I will see you guys tomorrow on Tuesday.